Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cookies Enabled. I am Will, your host, and next to me here is Andrew. I know he is off what looks like the beach, and that is awesome. He is technically on location today, I guess you could say. Um,
Uh, I'm right downtown Charlevoix, right by the drawbridge, which in about 15 minutes you guys are going to get to see go up.
which
So
is
that'll be
so
fun.
cool.
Maybe we'll talk about that
Oh,
first.
yes.
We'll interject once I'll explain a little bit about it. It's a really cool part of the town. It's a staple. Everybody knows it.
So
So
cool. Very cool. Love Charlevoix. It's been a minute since I've been up there, actually. I want to say I was like maybe in my teens, almost, probably early 20s, I think was the last time I was up there. So it's been a minute for me, unfortunately. That's a good like 3 hour drive maybe from here, maybe two and a half if you're breaking some
it's
laws.
about, I think, 3 or so from where you are,
Yeah.
because it's about 3.5 to Kalamazoo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that would sound right. Anyway, cool. So, I just want to give a forewarning. Sorry we are so late today. I had power outage starting at about 10 o'clock last night. I lost power, and unfortunately, it was one of the hottest nights we've had. It was like 90 some degrees all night long, thanks to that lovely heat wave. And global warming and all that other fun stuff that's going on. So that definitely had a lot of an impact here. The humidity, I think, was just killing my head. I just had a massive headache all night long.
It
But
was bad up here too.
yeah, I figured you
It's
guys were
been
getting killed as well.
a good storm, but I don't think quite what you guys did.
Ours came out of nowhere. Literally, I was actually at work when it officially hit us, and of course had to drive home in it. So I'm like 50 miles maybe on the highway, trying to keep the car from flying off the road. And my little van's just hydroplaning that little 3-ton thing. I couldn't believe it, but hopefully everybody is hanging in there. I know between COVID and these crazy storms and wildfires and stuff, it's been a weird year. So hopefully everybody's holding together. We've been trying to cover most of the news. A lot of it's been in space this year, which isn't all bad. And in fact, we have more good space news for you today, too. So
We
definitely.
always have good space
We
news.
do, we do, and I feel like this is the news that all the major markets just kind of ignore unless they're like breaking a world record or something, which we are going to talk about today, or something like that.
Yep.
Is the only time that they ever really get mentioned on like MSNBC or CNET or something like that. So we're breaking that. I'm trying to get you guys some actual good news, and that's what this is. So we're going to start with SpaceX here, as we usually do, and we got some awesome,
Always.
awesome stuff. I'm not sure where to even start.
Uh, I say let's save the best for last.
Okay.
Let's start with the spacesuits.
Spacesuits?
I've seen these reports from going on several years
Yeah.
that NASA's working with multiple contractors to come up with a new spacesuit design
Yep.
to replace those big, white bulky suits that they use at the space station, or to come up with something for when we finally go back to either the moon or when we go to Mars.
Right. They need something a
We
little
haven't
more
had
functional.
spacesuit designed to work on the surface of a planet or a moon
Right.
since Apollo.
Wow.
So we
That's
a bit of a technology upgrade.
yeah, it is.
Thing is, they've been going very over budget, and it's been delayed. Like we were supposed to have these built and done by now.
Right.
And I mean, you see some of these contractors and what they're coming up with, and it's looking great. One of them, I remember, looked suspiciously like what's his name from Toy Story.
Shoot. Yes. Yeah. Man.
Um, the internet ran wild with that. They started changing the colors and
Right.
making it look like. So
Oh man.
apparently, as always happens, SpaceX jumps in and says, "Hey, we can do it." And the thing is, we know they can.
Right. Absolutely. They've already proven
Everything
this.
went from us saying we can do it, they've done it.
Right.
We can launch rockets much at a much lower cost. We can create a capsule to send people to the space station.
Right.
Every time they say do it, they deliver.
Yeah.
Uh, that I'm excited to see what they could come up with.
Me too. I
I
tried to
know
pull up that one image for you guys there that they had. I think it was the the second version, or it looks very similar to a normal spacesuit that we already use. Only it's got like all these major upgrades in it, and they showed that on the side and stuff. So I'll post these links for you guys in the comments in case you can't see it in the little window there. But yeah, so this is very interesting stuff because, like you said, this really hasn't been updated since like the Apollo missions, which was, I mean,
And
come on now.
we do have the suits that the astronauts use for EVAs
Right, right,
on the space station. Those have still undergone mild changes
sure,
since the shuttle
absolutely,
days. But look at what SpaceX did with their suits for their Dragon launch.
exactly.
Now that's not a perfect spacesuit. You can't do EVAs with it. It's designed to protect the astronauts, and there is a depressurization of the capsule. It's an emergency sort of thing.
Exactly.
Much like the orange suits that NASA used during the shuttle missions.
Sure.
And SpaceX came up with beautiful design. I believe they had a Hollywood costume designer help with the design.
Right, why not, right? I mean, more the merrier.
To come up with for an EVA capable spacesuit for NASA.
Right.
Really hope that NASA just says, you know what, you've done this before, have at it. Wonderful to see.
So that's cool news.
I want to see what they can come up with.
I'm super excited too. I think we'll probably see something in probably in the next couple of months here because they're going to have some new launches and things going on. So they're really going to have to jump on this spacesuit thing. If they haven't, they probably already had a team at SpaceX working on this crap. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, wait a minute, we're already doing this, NASA. You guys don't have to worry about it. Like, I don't know. Probably something like that. You know how they are.
I think if NASA says, all right, show us what you've got, they're going to, within a month or two, they're going to throw out something.
Right.
And I think they do a lot in the background without anybody knowing. Or they keep it secret. When they released the first images of their spacesuits for the crew program, Elon Musk had posted on Twitter the image and said, this is not a mock-up. This is a fully functional spacesuit.
Right.
So they already had it designed and tested in a vacuum before they even showed people what it looked like.
Exactly.
So if they're going to NASA now saying we could do it, they probably are already working on it.
Exactly.
Especially if they're taking a mission to Mars or to the moon in the next few years,
this is going to
they
be.
need to have that R&D already done.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you've got to, if you're thinking about it from like a research and development, like like you're saying, the R&D, that's exactly how this is going to go. If they're already planning on being these other planets, they might as well have a team working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, we have a rocket to go to Mars. Oh, wait, now we have to build a suit. They already are working on a suit. I guarantee it, and if NASA doesn't go with them, I'll eat my cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really.
I got you though. I totally understand what you're saying there. And this sounds like a money saver for NASA. I mean, they're very much trying to kind of pinch the pennies right now. You know what I mean? To kind of keep the programs that they have alive. And why spend all this extra money when you've got a private company doing it?
Right.
So
at this point, they need to find some way to make it work.
Exactly, and I think they will. Very soon, anyway. So, on other SpaceX news, now we showed you this booster last week. I kept some of the pictures up here from last week. I know I showed you guys, we were talking about these amazing engines they pumped in here and all this cool stuff they had going on. Now, they've got the rocket all put together, is what it sounds like.
We saw the video of the booster rolling out to the pad. Now it's all together.
Yeah, and that is the cool
on the launch pad. They're awaiting a static fire test, which could probably come any day. But it's up there, everybody. It is absolutely beautiful. You can see
here's
half
them
of it is
connecting
covered
the two. Yeah.
Other tests, they've only had heat shield tiles on specific areas that were important because they weren't doing a full orbital test. It wouldn't undergo all of the re-entry stress, so they didn't need all the tiles just to cover the delicate parts. But now that this is going to be orbital,
and you gotta have it. Absolutely.
front. The whole front is covered in these heat shields.
Let me switch
Uh,
images here. You'll see it a little taller here now. I mean, the
uh,
thing's massive. I gotta say, it looks amazing though.
what I love about it, it is 420 feet tall.
Yeah, that is literally. If you've been to Cedar Point and you've done the Top Thrill Dragster, when you go all the way to the top of that hill, that's how tall this thing is.
I believe. So this is a little taller.
It is taller, definitely
Uh,
taller. Yeah.
Elon Musk says that it's a coincidence that it's 420 feet tall, but I kind of with what he's done in the past.
Yeah, I don't know. That's more coincidental. I don't think it's probably
Well, remember
numbers.
when he started naming the Tesla models,
Right.
the Model S,
Mm-hmm.
the Model E. Uh, he wanted it to be the Model E.
Yeah.
Ended up being the 3. Then you had the X and then the Y.
Right.
That was on purpose. I feel like this is on purpose.
I do too.
He's the sort of guy for that. But still, it is huge.
It's huge.
Like,
It's beautiful. I love this picture. This is the last one I got for you guys too. This one shows it completely put together. Love it. Oh my god, I love it. Seriously, I mean, it's sleek. You can tell that this was a little more than just modern engineering went into this. You know what I'm saying? Like they put every bell and whistle they could, crammed into this rocket, which just looks epic. Honestly, I mean, they just did such a great job. I can't wait for a launch video of this thing, or at least a test fire or something, because oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. Fortunately, they haven't done anything like that yet, but we're probably a couple months.
um, what I love though, and is I believe you have the photos from it. Elon Musk tweeted a specific photo of it while the workers were watching it as the sections connected.
Yep, here we go.
Everybody's going crazy about this photo. It is purposefully in black and white.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't do that.
With these tiny workers on this chunk of metal in the hundreds of feet in the air. And it looks very
very similar to this iconic photo. Yeah. I'm sure you've all seen this one somewhere. I think Subway used to have this on their walls for a while. So if you've been to a Subway in the last 10 years, you've probably seen this photo.
That basically was the iconic photo for the age of the skyscraper.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. And so that's
so
we're past that.
The reason Musk is sharing the age of the Starship with a photo very similar.
Yep.
And I just love it.
Oh, the drawbridge.
Yep. So I'll move up to the side a little bit behind me. You're going to see.
I think your filter is turned on, so it might be it's fogging up the background for us here, unfortunately.
How do I change that? I don't know.
I'm not sure. It should be somewhere in your options to just. There we go. Now we can see it. Oh. It looked blurry before, but I couldn't figure out why.
This is the drawbridge in Charlevoix. It
so cool.
is massive infrastructure on US 31 from Traverse City and further south all the way up pretty much to the bridge. And every half hour, on the half hour, it raises and lowers to allow boats to go through. Right. You'll probably see a few come through here in a moment, hopefully. To my other side, we've got
so cool.
We have a sailboat tour that's going to go through. Unfortunately, we don't have the right timing. The Beaver Island ferry is not here yet. That'll come.
That's so cool.
In about an hour, I think.
Okay.
I tracked it this morning to see if we get it, and sadly we won't. But it is a really cool bridge.
It is so cool. Oh yeah, it's starting to go.
Yeah, it's basic drawbridge. Inside those concrete pillars, you've got counterweights that are about 70 tons each, just solid concrete to help keep it balanced.
Gotta have that counterweight. It's critical for those drawbridges.
And someone ran up it and jumped over, and someone tried to take a car over it once.
Oh God, no!
You get in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, please do not attempt to do that on a drawbridge. It's extremely dangerous to everyone on either both sides and the people. I mean, this is just not involved. definitely don't mess with this kind of stuff. These machines are not made to be gentle or smart or intelligent in any way, shape, or form. They will crush a human in two
Oh,
seconds without stopping.
yeah. It's raw electric, the electric motors in there. Just it it really is fun to
It's
watch
so
go.
cool.
Like
So cool.
honestly, if it weren't property of the state, and if I were able to get permission, I'd throw in my climbing harness, hook myself up to one of those, and hang on it while I'm up.
Whee!
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
That's obviously never going to happen
No, I mean,
because
you'd have a huge
it'd be a
fine
lot.
at least. Probably some community service.
So you can see the boat going through right now.
Yep.
That's one of the boat charters you can go through.
So
Yeah,
cool.
every half hour, just because there's so much boat traffic during the summer,
Right.
they need to keep it going up. It causes a bit of traffic backup
Oh,
sometime.
I can only
Luckily, it
imagine.
wasn't that bad today.
Yeah,
There's
only
another
two boats.
year,
Super
but
quick.
I love it. It never gets old. I just sit down here, I watch it go up and down
Right.
before I go into work. It's a lot of fun.
That is so cool. Now that one
Can't
has
think
an actual operator, right? Like there's a man sitting in a box, like making sure things going right. He's sitting right
he
there, right?
buys pizza from me like every week.
Perfect. So cool. I love that. Yeah, the automated ones can be really confusing and scary because they, like you said, they're just kind of set on a timer and or they have a detection system to know when boats or whatever need to go by. But I prefer the human ones. If there's an operator that's actually manually doing the bridge and telling the bridge what to do, that sounds. I like that.
Boats to ensure that they're not going through when they're not supposed to.
Exactly.
Apparently, a few weeks ago, one guy was extremely inebriated,
Oh no.
trying to take out,
Oh god.
and it was telling him, "Don't do it."
Don't do
and
it.
he did it. He's top of his boat, radar, the roof.
Right, right. Oh
So
no.
he lost his life. Pretty sure he got in trouble.
Wow.
But you have to be careful with that sort of thing.
Right.
There's a reason that there's a clearance.
There's a very good reason for that, actually.
So for safety, if you plow through that and you take down that bridge,
Right.
that is the only other way to get around is to go all the way around Lake Charlevoix. So say if you need an ambulance,
Oh god.
that
That's
turns
what, 45 minutes at least, probably. I mean, it's back roads and stuff.
into a 45-minute to an hour trip. There's no other way around.
Ouch, yeah.
So
Very critical to Robert.
again, I tried to get an inside look at the bridge, but MDOT said no, basically,
Yeah.
because of that security concern.
Yeah.
I confirm I'll probably do a small episode from the public
Right. Right.
view,
That's totally fine.
but it's a security thing.
Yeah.
It is a massive infrastructure bit in northern Michigan, and if someone saw the wrong thing and decided they wanted to mess with it,
They could.
that could cause harm to a lot of people.
Right.
So
We don't want
I
that.
completely
Don't want that.
and I agree.
Ow.
Definitely do one. It's really fun. There's a lot of history about this bridge, about its predecessors. There are
Yes.
some old parts, old bridges that I'm going to show. Now that it's nice, I'm probably going to do. I'll go out. Maybe I'll go out this week and I'll put together a video so we can finally have another discoveries.
Right.
Not in bed, but you guys are gonna. It really is fantastic.
Yeah, and we're finally starting to get into a decent season of weather. I'm hoping the storms will kind of subside. I'm not sure how this fall is supposed to be. I haven't checked the Farmer's Almanac. If this summer is showing us anything, I think fall is going to be really dry because we've had a really wet summer. So we'll see how this goes, though. But I think it's going to be a very colorful fall, and I'm excited about that. So we'll hopefully get you guys some good images of that and some cool extra photos of the bridge. But was that it for our space news? I think that was it for space news, actually.
Particularly good. Again, just like always, we're playing the waiting game.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, we're going to get a static fire soon, and once the FAA clears
Absolutely.
it,
Yeah.
we'll finally launch. And I don't care what happens, I'm going live
Right.
for this
Absolutely.
launch.
Actually, there was one more thing. So the one thing that we didn't mention about the super tall rocket booster is that it did actually set a world record for
Yeah.
being the world's tallest. Well, it's briefly considered the largest rocket in history that was ever built. So congratulations, SpaceX, because that's a huge feat right there. I mean, the only people that have ever been able to beat that was NASA, and that was a huge team of people. So congratulations, well done. I mean, and this is a very elegant looking spacecraft. I'm going to post this news article for you guys if you want to get more information. It has all of those images and things that we showed you guys. That's pretty much where I got them. But yes, that is. I did see that pop up on my news feed this week, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, they put it together!" So I was super happy to see that. Glad we got to talk about that today too. So, but I think that kind of wrapped up our space news. And I don't have a ton of news on the side. We have two other topics to talk about. The first one I want to hit on. You may have heard this come up in your news throughout the week. Is that Apple is changing their privacy policies and updating everything, including adding a new feature to iMessage and to your photo library, which I cannot remember what it's called. The gallery or something, I think is what it's called, right?
Something like
Or
that. It used to be
iPhoto.
iPhoto.
I can't
They
remember what they
changed
call
it
it
all
now.
the
I
time.
know. So your gallery, I'll just call it that. So essentially, this new artificial intelligence will work on both ends. It's not just on Apple's server that it'll work, but it'll also work in people's phones too. So that's where people are getting kind of freaked out. They're like, "Oh my gosh, huge privacy infringement." And I want everybody to remember back in the day, maybe 5, 10 years ago, Google updated their search engine to include everything in your inbox, including every attachment to your emails will be read and addressed, linked to a search. In case you need to search a keyword or something in an email, you can easily find it now. And people lost their minds. They're like, Google's reading my emails. They're going to know everything about me. Ah. Okay,
An
no.
algorithm is searching your emails. It's not a person.
It's not a person. No one's sitting there. Oh, they're going to this place on Friday? No, that's not what's happening. Nobody's doing. We don't have that kind of time or manpower. That doesn't make any sense. And that's not what Apple's doing either. No one's going to be sitting at Apple clicking through your photos like, "Oh, they had a great weekend at the beach." No one's doing that. That's not what's happening here. Really what's happening here is that Apple's trying to play nicely with the local police departments, the justice system, and what's been happening is that the police departments just keep coming to Apple. We need this phone unlocked. We need that phone unlocked. We need all this data. We need all that. And Apple's like, we're not doing this. We haven't done this. We won't do it. We've told you we're not going to do it. But we have to play nice somehow. This is their way of playing nice, and it just sounds terrifying and scary. And I have actually thought of a few issues with this. Now, this is more or less based on child pornography and really just keeping this off of iPhone devices, Apple's name, kind of keeping it clear.
As well as messages about child trafficking.
Very much child trafficking as well. Yeah. So, go ahead.
If how do they put it? They talk about giving up, certain rights or liberties for things. I don't see it as that.
No.
And at the end of the day, yeah, they're not storing or looking through everything.
No.
I don't see it as an invasion of privacy because if you have child pornography or if you are talking about anything, child trafficking or anything, you don't deserve that privacy because that is unacceptable.
Yep.
And if there's a way that they can safely and securely keep an eye out for this, and all it's doing is scanning against a database of known images.
That is all it is doing. It's just verifying against known images. Yep. And it'll flag it, and then it goes to a human.
If you're on the dark web and someone emails you a photo that you shouldn't have, and it flags their system, then good.
Yes. Yes.
And they say, well, it could be used for other things. Anything can be used for other things.
Right. That's not the point.
Google's algorithms can listen and suggest ads based on what you might have talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about needing a Dremel one day, and I got ads for a Dremel later, and I probably will now.
Yep. Yep.
that could be used for other things, but it hasn't been because of how it works. It's just an algorithm.
Exactly.
Nobody's listening. They're not
Exactly.
storing data. It picks up on keywords, on brand names, on you say pants or shoes, or if you just Googled shoes, it'll show you more ads for shoes.
Right.
If you download an image you shouldn't have and it sees it, it can alert the authorities. I say that's a good thing.
Yeah, and this is definitely something that I have a feeling has been a long time coming, mainly because this is not the only company that has done this. In fact, 10 years ago, Microsoft jumped on this bandwagon when Microsoft Defender came out, or Windows Defender came out for Windows 7 and Windows 10 PCs and up. And Defender, part of its programming is to actually check for this exact stuff and alert Microsoft's personnel if it's detecting, maybe you're doing stuff with little kids you shouldn't be, and you have all these programs and things on there that are bad, and you're an adult and stuff like that. So these are things. This is not something new. This has definitely been very carefully crafted by the geniuses at Apple and at Microsoft and all the other companies, because I have a feeling we're going to see Samsung, we're going to see LG, we're going to see a lot of big names start jumping onto this bandwagon because they need to keep their name clean. And this is just a way of them kind of just doing critical damage control for their company and their name. Again, Microsoft, I mean, they're pretty much on every freaking machine. So, of course, they don't want to be associated with that either. And that's why they have always been in a proactive approach. And I think this is Apple just trying to do the exact same thing. They're just like, you know what, we're done with this. We know you guys have been doing this on our phones and our devices, and we are sick of it. And we just need to help the police, and this is how we're going to do it. So don't freak out, everybody. Yes, your
No.
services may have a bunch of updates coming, and it is going to seem a little intrusive, but it's not going to affect. I mean, unless you're a bad person, it's not affecting anything that you're going to have to do in your normal day-to-day life. In fact, you'll probably not even notice these updates had even come and gone. So I just heard some thunder, so hopefully I'm still here. Hey, Evie, nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I just saw the
Okay.
comment there.
My screen's a little small. What does it say?
She says that she misses you. We miss you too.
TV.
But yes.
It's a good show. So yeah, you're talking with Apple, all of that.
Yep. I only
What
have.
about the Android world? I feel like
Yes, this is
there
the
was a
last big bombshell.
something in
So,
December, but it looks like Samsung had quite an interesting day.
they did. Yes, Samsung has definitely had an explosive day, I guess you could say, in a good way, in a really, really good way. They unveiled, obviously, that we all knew this was coming. I've been talking about it for weeks. Is that the Fold 3 and the Z Fold 3 have both been officially announced and released as of today. And yes, the prices are very high, and I am sorry to say that, but this is probably the most impressive hardware I have seen in a very, very long time. The only thing that I have seen that's even close to as amazing as this technology, I would say, is maybe HoloLens, or the iPhone itself is pretty big. And let me just show you this intro video here. This is about a minute long, and it's just going to kind of show you basic features of both the Fold 3 and the Z Fold 3. So it starts out here showing you basic stuff. It's very stylish. It's very fashionable. That's always been Samsung's thing. They don't want it to look geeky and nerdy. And now you can tell that the hinge, the screens, the buttons, all looks a lot tighter. It all looks more secure. Even the screen is actually flat with the display. It doesn't pop up when you fold it open anymore. And that is the key, because these phones, both of them, are IPX8 water resistant. You can drop these into a puddle for 30 minutes and they will pull out and still be working. That is, I mean, blow my mind, because they're both completely foldable and have hinges. They have ports, they have holes. I mean, this is a big deal. This is such a big deal. I don't know how they really engineered this. They also
Yeah, I've
used,
always wondered
yeah,
that because like even my watch, which has a microphone port and all this, it's like there are holes in the devices and they're waterproof.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sure I could do a quick Google search and figure it out, which I
Right.
should, but it's still something in your mind thinks that shouldn't be possible.
So I've
But it makes
taken.
sense. This is why we were telling last year
Yes.
when we started these videos, we were telling people let's wait till the next, because the first one was a proof of concept to get people to buy
It
it and
was.
like
It
it.
was. Yep.
But now it looks like they've kind of ironed out all the little
Yes,
details and
they
said,
did.
this is what it
Yes, this one will actually support the S Pen as well. So if you get S Pen, or if you have one for your previous models or your other phones, you can use it with both of these models, which is huge that they built that in. Now, it doesn't have a holder, or you can't slide the pen out like your old Notes used to do, unfortunately. But that is okay. I don't really care for that because most cases these days give you a slot for a pen anyway. Now, what's really big is that.
anyway.
I'm sorry, say again.
And who uses it
I
anyway?
don't know. I've only seen a few people use it. I think the biggest part with this is that this phone will let you use up to 3 apps simultaneously because it has the screen real estate. It's a 7.6 inch screen when fully opened. So it gets huge. It's huge. There's also an under picture camera, which is under the screen. Apparently, it is noticeable, but and you can kind of see it in some of the images at the very top center of the screen, right where the pinhole used to be, essentially. But now the screen goes right over it. It's just that they've kind of removed a few pixels over the screen or over that camera, so that way the light can get through. It is noticeable again, but it still takes amazing photos. And then the Z Fold 3, this video is showing you way more details on how all the features work. This one has, again, a bigger screen on the reverse side, so you don't have to fold it open to get to your information. You can even touch that screen and use it as an actual screen. So you don't have to flip your phone open every single time. You can change songs, you can order food, you can check your latest messages. So the Z Fold 3...
It's like the front mini screen on the Razer update, sort of, but better.
Exactly. But now they've made it a full color screen. And I don't think it was before. So like they're showing here, if you're doing videos and pictures, the person that's getting the picture taken can even see the review on the picture on the other side of the phone, which is cool. You couldn't do that before. Now you can. Taking pictures of your food is even easier because you can switch the screen, fold the phone down, and just have the camera facing down on the food. You're taking the pictures. You can see everything just fine. They really thought everything through. The Z Fold 3 even has dual speakers. It has stereo sound, which blows my mind. Like, they thought of literally everything. They didn't... I mean, the only thing I think that they actually did leave out is an SD card slot, unfortunately. I don't think either of these have expandable storage, which is kind of a downer, but they are amazing. The minimal...
I'm
sorry,
I don't think, at the same time, I don't think that storage is even that necessary anymore.
No. No, the minimum storage is 256 gigs. That's double my current storage on my S10. So that's plenty more. And you can go up from there.
And it's not even, I maybe fall on having my phone for a...
Yeah,
so by the time you get a new phone, you have more storage. You're fine.
Exactly. So that's pretty much how this is going to go. You really aren't going to need more expandable storage. And honestly, I think this is probably the coolest foldable phone I have seen yet. I mean, both of them are blowing me away. I would prefer to get the Fold 3 if I had to get any of them over the Z3. Just because I mean, I don't really need a clamshell phone. I don't really need a tablet device either, but I can see the practicality, and I can, for gaming, I love to play Call of Duty on my S10, and I would absolutely love to have a second screen that would have the controller on it, and that's exactly what they've done with the Fold 3, is that they just allowed you to kind of pull the controller down onto that second screen so you can see more of your game on the first screen. Love it, love it, love it, love it. They also are using armored aluminum metal. So this is super strong compared. I mean, we just have regular aluminum phones right now. Armored aluminum is amazing. I mean, try denting it and scratching it. You're not going to be able to. So good luck there. Like, I mean,
What about
what
the screens?
the
Is it
screens?
Gorilla Glass still?
It is all Gorilla
Or
Glass. It's like viral or viral. I'm not exactly sure where that fits into the spectrum of Gorilla Glasses, but they do claim that the Fold 3 on the outside has the latest Gorilla Glass, and on the inside is a special Gorilla Glass on the foldable screen to keep them from getting scratched and damaged and whatnot, as well as like the cracking and stuff that people were experiencing technically with the last version should be all gone with this one too. The new hinge also allows you to do any angle of the phone you want, and it'll hold itself in place, which is the last one would not do that. It would fall over, and it just the little hinge just didn't really work for that. It only gave you, I think, 2 or 3 options, and this one gives you any option you want, which makes it way more fluid and feel a lot more like a foldable laptop that's just mini in your palm. And I just see so many people just falling in love with this idea. I see why they were saying, goodbye to your old phone. You won't want it anymore after you get this, because you're going to be so used to folding it and flipping it and doing all these things that you won't want to go back to a standard phone. I don't know. Maybe I can see this also being a clunky, you just get tired of flipping your phone open all the time and stuff. That used to be the issue in the 90s with the flip phones. So I don't know exactly. I mean, I guess it's give and take. I can see it go both ways. It might be a real 50-50 for consumers. But I mean, I'm super excited because this is literally everything I've been waiting for them to cram in. And finally, here it is. So I'm just like, holy hell, we finally got it. And it's exactly what I was hoping for. The one downside with these is that they don't have amazing like 60 megapixel cameras or anything crammed into them. So if you're really looking to take some super sharp photos, you're going to get great quality photos, but they're not going to be able to do like 100x zoom or anything like that, unfortunately. And that is mainly because of the fact that I don't think they could cram all of that in and keep the price below $2,000. I know the Z
yeah,
Fold is
or maybe it's part of the
1799.
under screen. Well,
Yeah,
the back camera isn't under screen,
it
but so
does.
they're
Hmm.
kind of sacrificing that. Still, 60 megapixel is pretty solid.
It
You
is.
got a
It's
good
so good.
lens.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they really did a great job. I'm actually really excited. I don't think I'm going to buy a Fold 3. Maybe I will wait. I definitely plan on upgrading probably to the S21 Ultra because I've been really wanting to get that. And I'm definitely thinking I'm going to jump now that I've seen these. But maybe on my next upgrade, I will be looking into a Z Fold 4 or a 5 because that could be the next generation. So I'm definitely not putting these out of my realm of possible buying options, and I think everybody should be looking into these because this is definitely something I know Apple's going to jump on this foldable bandwagon. They've been throwing patents at the FCC and FAA for a
Now
minute.
that
Like,
would be cool to see.
yes, and
I'm
I know
still
they've been
gonna,
working on it.
I'm still thinking I'm going to try an iPhone, but maybe after that, if I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll go with something like that. I'm not sure yet,
Right,
but I
right.
noticed. I think I saw they had updated their Galaxy Watch system as well.
They
The
did.
Galaxy Watch 4. It said something about Google technology, but I didn't know what that was. I mean, they're not switching to Google OS.
No, no, they're not switching, but I guess it's very similar. Like they took a lot of cues from Google, apparently. And we do have someone else. Thank you, Van Vilo Ravali. I'm sorry if I just totally butchered your screen name. I'm so sorry. But they said Andrew.
Holy ravioli! That is one of my managers. That is Cody. He
Nice to
is
meet you.
currently. I actually don't. I don't think he's at the shop yet. Um, when we get to the shop, good luck tonight.
Yes,
I
good luck.
haven't.
I know it's been crazy for everybody.
I haven't gotten a call yet, so I'm assuming our freezer did not break overnight. We were kind of concerned with the
Oh
storms, but
man.
and you know,
Benvali Rivali.
ravioli, like
Ravioli? Am I still getting it wrong? Oh, I see it now. Oh God, wow. How did I do that? Wow. Okay. Oh man. But for foldable phones, I think this could be a big one, a big change, especially with the fact that these are literally water resistant. Is just a huge keep. Screw the under. picture camera, the water resistance is definitely the biggest thing that everybody was waiting to hear about. And that's really what I'm excited about because that's huge progression in the future. These also have 12 gigs of RAM and the Snapdragon 888 processor, so they are definitely made for gaming, especially with that 120 hertz refresh rate on your screen and the AMOLED screens. I mean, they're just gonna look amazing too. So no reason, if you're a gamer, definitely look into those Samsung phones. If you're not a gamer and maybe the Z Fold 3 is your thing, especially if you're taking great pictures of food and styles and you're going to parties all the time, Z Fold 3 might be your thing. Otherwise, just stick with your regular phones. I still absolutely love my S10. Seriously, one of the best phones I've ever bought. It's alerting me to the weather right now, which I already knew.
You know, my first computer, my first real computer that I used for a while, was a 500 megahertz Pentium 3.
Yep.
With,
mine too,
I
actually.
want to say 256 megs
Yes.
of RAM.
Yes, I think that's what mine was too.
We got this in a foldable phone.
Right. Here, let me pull that video back.
Try to tell someone in the year, at that point, it would have been late 90s that this would happen, and I don't think they'd believe you.
Yeah, I don't think I would have believed it. I mean, even when I was a kid and I was playing with like Constructs and Legos and stuff, I was building foldable phones and devices and stuff out of Legos and Constructs, and I always dreamt of having phones that you could fold into computers and stuff and whatever. We are getting there, people. We are so close. We are getting to that technology stage, and I am in love. And I think this is definitely where things are going to go. Looks like we're getting another. Evie Tuck has said I should advertise. However, if you see this, eat at the Charlevoix Pizza Company. I think that's supposed to be a trillion million out of 10 stars best pizza in town, apparently. Now, if I had the time to drive up there, I totally would get some pizza. That sounds awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to. I don't have the gas money to get up there either. It's a bit of a
We'll
drive.
get you up here someday. We'll get you up here someday.
Oh yes,
Don't worry about
definitely.
it.
Someday soon for sure. But I think that was pretty much all the fun and exciting news we had for the day. We talked about Apple and all that fun stuff and SpaceX and everything. So
That's the question. What can we talk about for 3 minutes? Because I just checked the marine traffic.
Oh, we got another bridge going? Or no?
With
Maybe.
this timing,
Actually, yeah, we should have one pretty soon here, I think. 5 more minutes, maybe?
the Emerald Isle is just about here.
Oh, no way. Sweet.
Beaver Island Fair. I thought it was going to be an extra half an hour, but it's probably about a tenth of the mile right
Oh,
there.
sweet. So we will keep on talking then. Yeah, not a problem at all.
I'll flip my camera so you guys can see a bit better view in a moment.
Sorry if I am super sweaty. I have no air in this room.
And if it's anything like it had been up here, it's been very, very humid.
Oh my god, yeah. That's the worst part about it. My poor computer, I turned it on this morning and it was like I'm like, oh my god, the humidity and the hard drives just don't go well together. They do not like humidity at all. My poor hard drives were just grinding away trying to get that data. They're doing much better now.
Oh, that's good.
They say that Evie says that they want to work at the CPC. Apparently, you've got a fan club going on up there, which is great. But no, honestly, I think. Oh! I hear the horn! I hear the horn!
That's the horn. So let me.
Oh.
I
felt some breeze there. That felt nice.
There we go.
I hear it chiming.
So that gives you a better view of the bridge right there. That's what you're looking at.
Love it. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's a very beautiful area up
it
here.
Is. Yeah, Charlevoix is great. I haven't been there in a minute, but man, I remember it being really nice.
Oh, well, it stopped dinging. I don't know why.
Oh. Oh, they
It
fake us
should.
out? Maybe
Could be
they.
an issue. Oh no, they had to pause it because we got a giant truck coming through.
Oh, they had to let the truck go first.
Well, that's why it is a manned bridge instead
That
of
is
automated.
exactly why it's a man bridge. Yup. He's like, I got a
And
delivery to make.
exactly, they got a. And it could be that the boat isn't here. I mean,
Oh, that could be.
no other boats are waiting, and that's probably far up there. So they're thinking, we'll give it a minute or two. We'll allow that to pass
Right.
through. That happens. Then
Yeah,
again, like I said,
your weather is totally different than mine. It is so weird that we are in the same state, and yours is like a beautiful, partly cloudy day. It is like it looks like it's just about to just storm straight out of hell outside my window right now. Should probably be checking the weather to make sure I'm not about to have some giant thing come crashing down on me.
hopefully not.
Now, I did have some other Google news, but I didn't really get enough time to do a ton of extra research on it, unfortunately. It was talking about they've created a new type of crystal that has the ability to warp time. And so that is exciting. And
I heard about that.
it's a quantum
I
crystal.
We're gonna have to look into that because that's gonna be
Yeah.
very.
Google may have found something interesting, and no one has talked about that yet. So I really was going to bring it up this week, but I didn't get a chance to. I mean, the article was huge; it was like pages long, so I didn't get a chance to dig into it, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like another system is about to hit me, unfortunately, but so far so good. It's not raining or anything, which is weird. I was really hoping to see the bridge go up. Come on, bridge! I mean, we saw it
I,
once already, but
I hear a siren. I'm wondering if they were waiting for that.
oh, was there
It
an
could have been we're on our way with an ambulance, so hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
probably what it was. Give us like 10 more minutes. We're almost there.
They are they are in contact with the local police and EMTs, and they have to be for this reason. This ambulance can't wait for 10 more minutes for this bridge to go up and down and the thing to
Right.
pass through. So they probably just left and said, "Hey, don't drop the bridge yet."
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I mean, that's smart. No, the boat can wait a minute. That person's life possibly can.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
oh, I get that. Yeah, definitely save the person's life. The boat can wait. They can sit there. They've got wine and cheese on their boat. I'm sure they're fine. Now, Evie says, no, no, no. We have it all wrong. Apparently, they live, or they don't live in Charlevoix. They live in a town called Rain, and they just got lucky today.
it's been raining so much and always at a weird time.
It
But
has
that's
been a
Michigan weather
very.
for you.
This is definitely Michigan weather. Give it 5 minutes, it'll change. And they've literally said that since we were kids.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The what?
It could snow tomorrow. I wouldn't be
No,
surprised.
honestly, I wouldn't either. If like if it literally froze, freezing, frost and then snow and stuff. And I mean, we've literally, I swear, one of my birthdays a couple of years ago, it not only rained and stormed in the morning, but then it snowed and froze later in the afternoon. And I
Yep.
mean, because I remember I was actually at Applebee's with my mother, and I was like, "Is it snowing outside?" And it wasn't like a little snow; it was like huge snowflakes, white out. Like I couldn't even see the intersection across the street anymore. And that's why I was like, "Is there a shade?" I'm confused. I swear I could just see the road. Now all of a sudden I can't. And that is why. Michigan weather is definitely fun. Is an
At least
interesting
it
way of
stays,
putting it.
at least it keeps us entertained.
It very much does, yeah. There's never a dull moment in Michigan, mainly because of the weather. We this summer has been a lively one too. The spring and summer has been so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go with the bridge. Hooray!
Yep. Now, just to the left of the bridge, you're going to see it start to come through. You'll see the mast moving. And I can't tell if that's Beaver Island. Yeah, that is either a sailboat or the Emerald Isle, and that's a sailboat.
Very cool.
I think that might be the sailboat that we saw go through the last
Oh,
half hour. When it
yeah,
started.
yeah. I think we did. They went out earlier.
We take everybody out onto the lake and then bring them back, which I think is really cool.
That is
It'd
so
be fun
cool.
to do that someday. Yep, I can see the Emerald Isle. That's the name of the ship. Right behind it, you'll see that come through in a moment.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Okay,
That bridge
it is
moves
a
so
really
fast.
fun truck. Yep, that's the same boat we saw a bit ago.
I was gonna say it looks just like it.
And in a moment, you're going to see the big one come through.
That's what I'm excited about. I can't wait. I'm
I see
excited.
this every time, and it never gets old. It's always fun. Everybody likes to wave at you from it.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I can kind of see the
So you
top
have
of it
that.
there. That's going under the bridge.
And here she comes.
I feel like I should have some music playing, like the Star Spangled Banner or something.
The Imperial March.
The Imperial March, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that big thing coming through. There we go. There's one of our ferries. Yay!
Yep, that
Michigan
is
is
the
just
big
full of
one.
these guys. It's a
Yep, it's a
huge.
car ferry. So you've got cars right down in the bottom.
Yep.
It's got basically, you'll see in the back how it drops.
That's so
I'm
cool.
actually at the observation deck right now, right where it pulls in, so you're going to see it. This is a really cool spot for us to be.
This is really nice. And for those of you that haven't seen any of Michigan and are loving this, please come and join us. Michiganders are pretty nice for the most part.
Yeah,
Just our
you
roads are
can
kind of
just take
crappy, but
ferry out to Beaver Island for fun. They've got a
oh
lot
yeah.
of really cool stuff on the island. I haven't been on it yet, but I'm hoping to maybe later this
I
summer.
say you haven't been to, or you're not far from Sleeping Bear Dunes. I want to say too.
We're a little further north than that.
Yeah, I thought so. You're just past it, I think, right? Pretty sure. But that's always fun. If you've never been to Sleeping Bear Dunes, always a good time.
Oh, it's gorgeous up there.
I mean,
But yeah,
Michigan is just
right
full of
here,
treasures.
that's
So
the Beaver
cool.
Island.
Beaver Island Ferry.
So you get to actually see it rotate. And I mean, that's all we had to talk about today. So we'll end it once this pulls over. But I thought you guys would like seeing this. It just,
It is really
right
fun.
place. It's a good end to the stream. And I mean, well, you get to see this. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, it pulls in. It's going to rotate here in a second. You'll see it. You'll see it kind of rotate.
Yeah, yeah, it's doing its pivot. Ravioli says, except for Andrew, he's one of the main Michigander or mean Michiganders apparently.
Uh, I'm not one of the mean ones.
I said, I don't think so. Says if you're lucky, they usually honk once they've pulled into the pulled onto the aisle, but I don't know if they'll. Well, we'll see. And like I can kind of hear some of the stuff, but your noise canceling headphones are pretty good.
Yeah, they've done their job. It's been windy out here. I wasn't sure how well it was going to work today, but I'm happy that it
Oh, he's
did.
saying you're going to want to plug your ears. That makes sense. Yeah, that's probably going to be
I
super loud for you.
when they leave.
I think that's so cool. It's just like la 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 floating around. So awesome.
Fun to think of the captain and the crew and how they. There was a day I saw it. We had massive waves.
I
There
was
was
just
so much
thinking that. Like,
wind.
oh, you're breaking up a little bit. I think I'm losing you. The damn 5G went out.
Channel without hitting the edges in the rainstorm. I can't imagine it, but
Wow.
is it?
Oh, see now it's
This way, but
just
you can see it
gliding towards the shore.
sideways.
Yep. That is amazing that they can do that. That is, they got all those special motors and propellers and thrusters and things. It's so cool. So cool. And this was totally unscripted. We did not have this planned for the day. This just happened to fall into place here. He says it's seriously loud as fuck. So yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, also my headphones, so it's not going to affect me.
I know that wind is just straight up like hitting your headphone. Every now and then I get like, and then it just goes away.
So yeah, you can see the back door on
Yeah.
it now. That's where all the cars live in. You've got the pedestrian quarters up top, and it's one of the preferable ways to get to Beaver Island. You can take a plane if you want, but a lot of people enjoy it.
Yeah, I think I would
So,
totally
yeah.
take a ferry. That's way more fun than taking a flight there.
If we ever need to do summer, I'll definitely have to do a video on that. That'd be
That would be so cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, where I'm at, there's no really not really any ferries or anything for me to jump onto. But I am right in the middle of Grand Rapids, so like I said, there's a lot more sciencey stuff happening that's just kind of hidden. Unfortunately, you just got to look for it. Hopefully, I'm starting that new job in September, and my afternoons will be free. So we may be switching our schedule around just a little bit. But I don't think it'll be drastic for everyone for the most part. Now that I have some people watching here, I should probably bring that up. And our main episodes, we still have our old ones are still posted. If you guys haven't watched those, we got the history of the internet and the history of the video. I mean, history of the computers and history of video games, which is a great one as well. 5G explained. If you didn't watch that one, you definitely are going to want to tune into that one. We got some really great main episodes, and these are going to be coming back on October 4th. I'm hoping to get a head start and get about 4 or 5 episodes pumped out in the next week or two. I'm going to be taking a little vacation pretty soon here, and all I'm going to be doing is working on my YouTube channel and main episodes. So, just so y'all know, there's going to be a huge dump of videos pretty soon here, which is great. So, if you guys have any ideas or topics, you like the boat, you like the bridges, you don't want to know about whatever, tell us, leave us comments. My email is right on the screen here as well, cookiesandableto1@gmail.com. I check that at least once a day, so please let us know. Again, even if it's just junk mail, I don't care. Like, any mail's better than no mail. We're also on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, which I've been trying to be more on all of those spaces lately. But man, my work schedule has been it's been a tough one. It's been late nights, not terrible. Last night was pretty bad. Poor Laura and me had pretty much had to do it all. But that's just how it goes sometimes. I know you've been there, Andrew.
I feel you. We've had a few crazy, crazy weeks, and I mean that's just the nature of the business.
That
But
is.
you know what? We get it done. I've got an absolutely fantastic team. I
Yeah, we
could
do
not
too.
do it with.
I love
And
my
I'm not
team.
just saying that because Cody's listening to the live chat. I actually mean it.
Right,
If you
right.
are
No, no.
listening,
I
Cody,
don't think any of my coworkers are watching. They're probably at work right now, I hope. But but no, they are amazing people. I absolutely love my team. And they really work their butts off. Honestly, we all do. That goes without saying. Plus, 2 of them were pregnant. One of them did have her baby, and she's coming back pretty soon here. So really exciting stuff. Super cool.
life gets in the way, but we're always going to find a way to bring some sort of topic or material to you. So
And they want a veterinary science episode. I can definitely look into that. Not a
I
problem.
can,
I'm sorry, say it
we'll
again.
make it work sometime. We'll make it work sometime. That
Oh,
sounds like
absolutely.
fun.
Absolutely. But yes, I think this was a great episode. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. I know I had a blast, and I definitely learned something new today. Hopefully you guys did too. Thank you, Andrew, for these amazing images in the boat. We can still see that back in the background there. Anything with animals would be cool. I will definitely keep that in mind. Evie, not a problem. And veterinary sciences, I've got that in mind too. So don't worry, guys. We're going to come up with some great episodes for you. I appreciate all the amazing comments and viewership today. Makes my heart overwhelmed with joy and love. And I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Andrew, for being on location and having a great, wonderful weather day out there. Oh my God. And some awesome images. And I appreciate you all for tuning in. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.